Hoy hey, this wind is killer today. Tip of the day. Welcome everybody to Scrag's Cyclevlogs. So today's tip is all about cadence. What is cadence? Cadence is effectively your RPM, or the number of pedal strokes per minute. And why is that important? Well, too high a cadence and you're probably spinning your gears at a rate that's not really getting you anywhere, and too low a cadence, and you're going to be putting more wear and tear on your knees. So what is optimal cadence? Well, for some, optimal is whatever's comfortable. And depending on what kind of riding you're doing, you may have to ride a lower cadence, but there's a general rule. You generally don't want to be anywhere below 80 cadence, and about 100 is the maximum. Now, why is that? Well, anything above 100, and you're probably in too easy of a gear, and anything below 80, you're in too hard a gear. How do you tell how fast your cadence is? Well, luckily for me, I have this little cycle computer that tells me what my current cadence is. Right now, it's 98, which I could be shifting gears, but I'm trying to talk, so I'm keeping it nice and easy. Now that we're leveling out, shift gears, cadence 94, 97, shift gears, 90, and it starts climbing, and 95, shift gears. So keeping my cadence right about 90 is really comfortable for me. Now, if you don't have a cycle computer, how can you do cadence? Well, that's a little harder. You kind of have to go off of feel at that point and listen to what your body's doing or telling you to do. Again, the general rule for cadence is you want it to feel like you're kind of just assisting the bike to coast. Make a left turn here. So you're pedaling and you're feeling the power from your pedal stroke maintain propulsion of the bike. If it feels like your feet are spinning rather freely, shift into a harder gear and look for that forced feeling or the feedback to give you this sensation that I'm talking about. Now, this is a little bit more challenging when you're pedaling uphill, because even in a really easy gear, you're always fighting gravity that's wanting to pull you down the other direction. So at that point, what you're really looking for is a little more pressure from each pedal stroke to give you that sensation of power going up the hill. But you don't want it to be a real heavy pedal or slow pedal, because then again you'll run into that issue of overexerting your muscles and or your knees. The most common phrase that I've heard is spin to win. Now, when you're spinning, you put a heavier tax on your cardio system. So, in the beginning, it may be more difficult to ride that way. But as you build up stamina and strength, it only gets easier. So yeah, if you're not currently riding using a Cadence method, I highly suggest it. It will definitely increase your long distance riding because your muscles in your legs will do less work. And as your heart strength and breathing gets stronger, your ability to ride farther and faster will also increase. And that's the tip of the day. Cadence, baby. Spin to win.